when I started down this path 3 years ago, in about 2007, I didn't see the leadership in Washington County. But the leadership of someone who brings all sides together wasn't there for me. And I had concluded this after working for the Mega News for 3 years and reporting on this issue and that issue and this group and that group in different towns and all that the communities were talking about.
Okay.
So I'm so curious. You voted for me in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
What was the appeal there?
Number one, I vote a Democratic. I believe the Democratic Party is more interested in the average person, and I'm an average person. And I feel like they will look out for us a little more than the other parties. And that's one reason I've always been a Democrat. I've not always voted Democratic, but generally, and so I saw your name, I saw you as a Democratic Party, I heard you talk, I liked what you talked about, and I said, yeah, I'll vote for you. Pretty simple. Yeah, I guess the humanity, I felt that you had a sort of a human side to you, and I think that's going to be the salvation for our world, is the humanity behind us all, because and I guess I feel like the other party, especially, I watch Congress and I see them doing things, and I'm saying, how can you lay off people and give yourself a raise? I don't understand that mentality. If you take away a middle class and you have great unemployment, you have people, they're not using your services. They're not going to buy my paintings, they're not going to buy my pottery because they have no income or they can't afford it. And so you can't have a one-class society and a very low class. We have to all help each other, and then we'll all survive. I feel that way, and I feel like you and the Democratic Party sees that clearer than the other choices.
And we're getting by, and we're doing it on our own, and using our own resources. The community, the different communities in the district, from Eastport to Rope Bluffs, are amazing for self-support and supporting one another.
Well, you do it out of necessity. I mean, necessity breeds a certain independence, and that's just, we'll survive. But that's not the way, I don't think that's the way it should be. I think we should be represented. And I feel like, you would do that. Well, I think one of the biggest problems you will face is the lack of understanding that voters have of even the issues. They want simple. We live in a generation of simple solutions. But the reason I'm still a Democrat is at least they're talking about it. And I see the other side issuing roadblocks. We're not discussing, we're entrenched. We're not discussing, we're entrenched. And if you're entrenched, there is no way of working with entrenchment. You just have an impasse.
I would be about communicating and being among the people and coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And being here every weekend, and being at the events and the suppers and the benefits and the meetings.
That's how you get to know the people.
That's right.
You don't know it if you stay in your office.
Then the legislator would stand up and the room goes silent. Like that person is the most important person in the room. It doesn't have to be that way. We are all important and we all have something to say.
But we're not heard. A lot of us are never heard.
No. One of my ideas is, and we could do this so easily, is 3 or 4 times a year in each of the 8 communities of the district, we could have town hall style meetings. People would know that this is where they can come talk about their hopes and expectations for Augusta.
That sounds like a very good idea.
Negative.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to communicate that state government has positives and can provide good things for families or individuals or businessmen.
Sure.
And entrepreneurs. And one thing I'll do is have a weekly column in the local papers, which would connect state government with our small towns.
Sure. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, especially people with families and businesses.
Well, they're stressed. They're stressed out. They're stretched. And that's one of the problems. I actually believe that the people who need the help the most are the least able to influence because they're busy. They're barely able to just survive. They're working on a survival mode.
And they're working 2 or 3 jobs.
Oh, at least.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, I know the single women. I mean, I taught school for years, and the most stressed population that I had was the divorced woman. It is a stereotype, but it's a high percentage. The divorced woman with 2 or 3 kids, and they're working 2 or 3 jobs, and you know they're just barely making it, especially if they have a little child, because they had childcare to take care of it. I mean, it's just huge for them. And so they didn't have time.
I would work as hard in Augusta as the people of Washington County work every day here. There's no question about that.